Hey all, welcome to Nerd Studio. It's the end of a long holiday weekend, and we spent most of the time down with the stomach flu, so this was really the first day that I've been up and around. I think my voice probably bears out there. But we did get out and do some shooting today, and shot these. These are two guns by Ruger, and this is the Ruger SR40c. It's a compact 40 caliber. That is my main carry gun, really. It's compact enough to haul around, and I'll talk more about that in probably the next video. But my goal of this video was to talk about this little guy, which is the Ruger SR-22. Let me start off by saying this is a great gun. God, it's a lot of fun to shoot. It's real easy to shoot. The sight alignment on it is easy to learn. I get a great sight picture with it. It's really reliable for a 22. It shoots just about every bulk 22 ammo I've ever put in it just fine. Now that being said, I got this because it would make a good practice pistol for my carry gun, the SR40. They're ostensibly the SR line from Ruger, and they do feel very much alike, and you can see they look somewhat alike. Let me put in the magazine here. Oh, that's empty. You can see they look a lot alike, and that's where the resemblance ends. So let me show you. From the feel, it makes a good practice gun, but the controls aren't the same. This is a striker fired gun. Obviously, this is a hammer fired gun. It's a blowback design 22, so not a big surprise there. So the hammer isn't the big deal. Let me tell you what is. Look at the way the safety operates on this gun. Up is fire, down is safe. The exact opposite of its big brother, the SR40. The other weird thing is the trigger on this guy. So he's clear. You see, I don't know if you can see that, but essentially it's part of the safety of this gun. It just flops around, and you'll see in the shooting video, I haven't shot this in probably 6 months, and it took me a little while to really pick up on that floppy trigger. Now the trigger's really nice, it is, but it doesn't compare to the, as a practice gun, the trigger doesn't compare at all to the SR40. Just not anywhere near the same. You know, it's not bad to shoot, it's a lot of fun to shoot. It's probably the most reliable 22 pistol I own, but as a practice gun, not so much. I'll go ahead and, let's see, I guess we'll take it apart and show you the internals. One of the interesting things, one of the interesting things about this, it's one of the very few 22 long rifle guns I've ever read the manual say, go ahead and dry fire it. You will look in the manual, Ruger swears that you can dry fire this gun, it will not hurt the weapon at all. So, I do dry fire it. I figure if it breaks, I'll send it back to Ruger and say, you were wrong. But I don't believe that's going to be an issue. So anyway, interesting factoid. So let me go ahead and pull this apart for you. It breaks apart in a really different way. You flip that little guy there, and then pull back, up, and out. And there you go. So the barrel is fixed and permanently attached as part of the frame. I think that's standard blowback design. You guys probably know better. So, you know, you experts out there, go ahead and post something on the thread and tell me more about this design. What I've read about it says that that's pretty standard for a blowback design. I have one other gun, an older CZ, I think it is, that is similar, and it's a 9mm but blowback. So the neat thing about that is that fixed barrel seems to make this really accurate. Well, as accurate as it can be in any shooter's hand. And it feels really accurate. I don't struggle with this gun at all, and that's a real confidence builder. I did replace the guide rod. This is an aftermarket guide rod, and it's made of metal. It has a captive spring. The guide rod that came with this goofy thing was plastic, and I just didn't trust it. And the spring not being captive, I always had to worry about what end I was putting the spring back on, and it just was a pain. I can say I've shot probably 500 rounds with this guide rod. It works terrifically. Not that I really had problems with the old guide rod, but guide rod's made of plastic. I don't know. I just don't buy it. So it's available, so I went ahead and got it. Pretty easy to reassemble. There's a little hole there. You fit your guide rod back in there, and then you've got to slide the guide rod in the hole. I guess you can't really see that there. Basically, you need the guide rod to fit in that hole. Whoa, hey, oh, hey, whoa. My camera's all upside down and backward. So, inside there. Okay, so, point the gun at the camera, I know. So there's a little hole, you drop the guide rod in, take your dingus over the thingamajob, and then out, back over and down, flip that shut. Now, one of the downsides to that is while you're shooting, it is possible to bump that. And I've done it once, not paying attention to what I was doing, shot the gun, and sent the slide down range. So, if you have or buy one of these, let me recommend to you that you really be careful with this slide lock or slide release, because that thing comes down while you're shooting and it's bad news. Now, I didn't get hurt. The gun was not damaged. But that being said, I'm extremely careful about that at this point. So, it did come with 2 magazines. Let me see if I can find one here. Ooh, range bag. Okay, here's the magazine. I think the floor plates comes with this curved version. Gun empty. Which gives you the pinky purchase. I think you can get, or I think it came with the flat as well. They're packed in a box somewhere, so I can't put my hands on it at the moment. I like the extra purchase because I have really small hands. I need the extra there. It does have a decocker, which I thought was pretty odd. It has lots of safety features. Again, the goofy trigger. You can't lock the hammer back when you're unsafe. It just won't do it. Take the safety off. You can lock the hammer back, and look at here, dry fire in a 22. Anyway, you know, the double action trigger is not terrible. Although, you're not gonna. I wouldn't carry this as a carry gun, so I don't know that that's a big deal. It's a nice gun for practicing sight alignment, sight picture, trigger control, all those good things, all those things you want a 22 for. It's a lot of fun to shoot, and that's never a bad thing. It's really good for whacking the steel targets down there, and it's a gun you can kind of shoot fast once you get used to that floppy trigger, and good to build your skill at doing that. But as a practice replacement for a regular Ruger SR, not so much. The big downside is that safety. I'll often find that when I shoot, I align my grip up over that safety, and I'm constantly in the middle of a magazine pushing the safety down, and you got nothing. So kind of a pain in the butt. So there you go. Hope everyone had a great holiday. Hope you didn't pass out on too much turkey or watch so much football that your head exploded. I don't know. I don't watch football. I shoot guns. I don't watch football. Although, after leaving Seattle, I guess the Seahawks are having this amazing season. I guess maybe I'm the reason. So anyway, all you Seattle folks, if I have any Seattle folks out there, you're welcome. I'll try and do other favors in the future. Next video, I'll probably talk about the SR40c in more detail. But that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.